Okay, so coming to the last part of the video, which was the version control, like how we are saving the history and how the version control is working here for us. So let's say two collaborators are working on one of the document, and I want this thing, but mistakenly this user changed something here, and he like added a new change at the end of the sentence after the account one, and he saved actually that is uh, account one changes. So now we can see that that should be in the history, and that is account one changes. If we compare that, so the current version is not, like, there is nothing change there. And if we see here, so we can add something like this, and if we compare, so there are 6 characters changed, but I don't want, like, I want my stable version. This account wants the stable version that was previously there, so I want to revert the changes. And if I see that this is the change that we did previously. So if we compare now, there are 0 changed here, and we can track if there is something new from here. I want something that is not being changed, like I want this version to be stable and stay here, and someone changed something like uh, a new a new word. So we can see here that this is one of the stable version that was there. Let me open it again, and if we revert to this one, I want my changes. So we are reverted back, and here is the new version. And if we see here, so here is the new version, and we are with that version. Now how that works in the backend, so we can track that. And the routes, we would come here, we would uh, document version, and we can see that we would create the version of the documents that would require the document ID, that would require the summary of the changes, and that would require the user that who is doing that change, so to track each and everything for the change. But the word, we can call this like the kind of GitHub for the documents. And again, that comes the version create. So coming to the version agent, uh, what we can do with the versions, we can create the version, we can get the history of the versions, we can revert the version, we can compare any version with previous or the current changes, and we can see the contributions of the version, and we have registered all of those handlers here. So we can do that. We can start with the session dot execute, and that is the main, or we can say that how we are showing on the front end. Latest, yep, this is how we are grabbing each and everything in ascending order, and we are saving that or showing that to the front end. This is not the exact code. I guess that is actually, yep. And we can make the summary that what are the changes, and we can handle the conflicts here, that what these are. So why to store the full document, is that storage is cheap here for us, so we can do that easily. And yep, that is how the versioning is working here for us. We can revert anything uh, to the previous one, like we are comparing actually the words, and we are deleting those words simply from the backend and just showing those to the front end. Then we can handle the compare, like the compare button here that we were using. We would create the summary then, and we can get the contributors, and that is the contributors, all of the contributors that we are seeing, and we are tracking for each of the contributors, that what are the changes that that specific contributor is doing. So yep, that is, and this is the simple difference creation for each of the version that we want, and this is the latest version that we can get from there. So this is how all of the versions are working. uh, this is one of the file that we didn't touch, but uh, all of the events that are happening is here from here. This is the core of the whole architecture, that all of the events would be getting from here to that who are subscribed to that document. We would broadcast that with the message brokers, and this is the main agent base. uh, all of the agents are getting from here. Like these are this specific, we can call it like the base file, and from here we would call all of the agents. That how it works, and we can see that it is an abstract class abc. We would have to implement that if we are getting the base class. So this is all of the things that we are using for the version control in the documents. Here comes the last thing, that I have created all of the tests for using different, for handling each of and everything, like creating the user without username, without password, um, testing the document creation, deleting that, and each and everything is being covered here. Testing the version agents, and we can see from the terminal that all of those should be passing. If we use the PyTest, I guess we have to activate the VNV for that, and now we can see that should be passing. And yep, 40 tests are passed, and each and every test is being handled at the backend here.